சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
ஓகே. The last class, ma'am sir.
சார் நீங்க நான் ப்ரெசன்ட் கட் பண்ணிடுறேன், நீங்க ப்ரெசன்ட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Screen share ஆகுது.
share ஆகுது சார், share ஆகுது.
So just recapping the linear congruences. So the example for linear congruences: 3x congruent to 4 mod 5, x congruent to 1 mod 8, and x plus 2 congruent to 3x mod. So the simplest such congruence is linear congruence. The form of the linear congruence is ax congruent to 2 mod x.
வாய்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க சார், வாய்ஸ் ஆடிபிளா இல்ல.
Okay sir.
அந்த கொஞ்சம் இது அந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா சவுண்ட் கேட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கு, அது பார்த்துங்க கொஞ்சம். கொஞ்சம் வாய்ஸ் போட்டு ரைஸ் பண்ணிக்கங்க. Sanjay, voice is audible. Any students, anyone reply me? Voice is audible. Sir, voice is audible.
இல்ல சார், வாய்ஸ்
audible
சவுண்ட் வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு சார்.
அதான் அது. ஓகே, வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க.
ஓகேங்களா? சார் சார் கேக்குதுங்களா?
கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது.
Congruence ax congruent to b mod m. For example, so 3 into 3 is congruent to 4 mod 5. Actually, x 3. So 3 is the solution for the linear congruence 3x congruent to 4 mod 5. Then look at the congruence 3x congruent to 4. When you put x equal to 3, so 3 3s are 9. Then 9 subtracted by 4, that is 5. So 5 can be divided by the modulus 5. So 3x congruent to 4 mod 5, whose solution is 3. So one more congruence, 4x, look at the congruence, 4x congruent to 1 mod 2. Okay, 4x congruent to 1 mod 2. So it has no solution. Since 2 does not divide 4x minus 1 or any integer. put x equals 0. So 4 into 0 minus 1. So 2 does not divide minus 1. Put x equal to 1. 4 into 1, 4 minus 1, 3. So 2 does not divide 3. Then put x equal to 2. 4 into 2, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. So 2 does not divide 7. So 4x congruent to 1 mod 2, which has no solution since 2 does not divide 4x minus 1 for any integer a. So we will see the connection between linear congruences and linear Diophantine equations. So consider look at the previous theorem. A is congruent to B mod M. So which can be expressed as a linear equation. A is equal to B plus Mi for some integer y. So consequently, Ax congruent to B mod M is solvable if and only if the linear Diophantine equation Ax minus My is equal to B is solvable. Okay. So which will be applied when solving the problems. Okay. And also this corollary was discussed. If A congruent to B mod M and C is any integer, then A plus C is congruent to B plus C mod M. A minus C congruent to B minus C mod M. AC congruent to BC mod M. The last one is A square congruent to B square mod M. Already not by the man. A congruent to B mod M is any integer. Then so C can be added both sides of the function. A plus C congruent to B plus C mod M. At the same time, A and B reduced by C. That is reduced result A minus C congruent to B minus C mod M. And also C can be multiplied both sides. So AC congruent to BC mod M and A square, the last one, the resistance in A will be multiplied by A and the right hand side B will be multiplied by B. So A square congruent to B square mod M. So which is one of the important corollary. So it will be applied to solve the problem. Just see the brief part of the solution of the linear congruence. So the linear congruence, the general form of linear congruence, A congruent to B mod M. Here X is the solution of the congruence. So you know very well. Suppose x naught, suppose x naught
இருக்குமா சார்? சார் வாய்ஸ் கேட்கலையே.
ஹலோ, நான் ஒரே நிமிஷம் கால் பண்றேன். ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன், கால் போக மாட்டேங்குது. இந்த ஒரு நிமிஷம் try பண்றேன்.
ஆ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ப்ளீஸ் வெயிட்மா.
மேம் சார்ட்ட பேசிட்டேன். இந்த வராரு, என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் தெரியல.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார். இல்லை நம்ம கண்டினியூ பண்ணுவோமா சார்? சார் வர வரைக்கும் நம்ம எடுக்கலாமா? வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு எடுக்கலாமா?
ஒரு 1 minute மட்டும் பார்ப்போம், இல்லைன்னா நமக்கு.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார்.
கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது.
சார் ஓகேவா?
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார், proceed.
Okay. Suppose x naught is the solution of the congruence ax congruent to b mod m. So then x naught will satisfy the linear congruence ax congruent to b mod m. That is ax naught congruent to b mod m. So in addition, so x1 will also satisfy the linear congruence. So ax1 congruent to b. So that time x1 will congruent to x naught mod m. So look at the corollary. If a is congruent to b mod m and c is any integer, then a plus c congruent to b plus c mod m. A minus c congruent to b minus c mod m. Then ac congruent to bc mod m. Then a square congruent to b square. So by using the corollary, we can write ax1 congruent to ax naught mod m. So by transitivity, ax1 congruent to mod m. So x1 is also the solution of the linear congruence ax congruent to b. But x1 and x0 belong to the same congruence class. So if x0 is the solution, then every member of its class is also a solution. If x0 is a solution, then every member, so x1, x2, so which are the members of the class x0, so which is also the solution. So for example, So look at the linear equation 3x concurrent to mod 4 mod 5. So here, so obviously when you put x equal to 3, when you put x equal to 3 into 3 9, 9 is concurrent to 4 mod 5. So is it correct? X equal to 3 is the solution of the given concurrence 3x concurrent to 4. So not only 3, 8. So 3 into 8, 3 into 8, 24. 24 is concurrent to 4 mod 5. Then 3 into 13, 39 is concurrent to mod 4. 39 is concurrent to 4 mod 5. So we are going to collect the solution collection under mod 5, that is class 3. That is concurrence class 3, that equal to -7, -2, 3, 8, 13 up to etc. So the concurrence class 3 is the solution for the linear concurrence 3x concurrent to 4 mod 5. The general form. The general form of the solution x is equal to 3 plus 5t. When you put t equal to 0, you can get x equal to 3. When you put t equal to 1, you can get x will be 8. When you put x equal to 3, x will be 18. When you put x equal to -1, 3 minus 5 minus 2. When you put x equal to when you put t equal to -2, x will be -7. Then theorem. Thus, if the concurrence Ax concurrent to B, mod M is solvable. Okay, it has infinitely many solutions. So consequently, we are interested in its incongruent solution. So you know the congruent. Then we are going to discuss about incongruent solutions. So consider the congruence 9x concurrent to 6 mod 12. 9x concurrent to mod 12. So which has 3 incongruent solutions. So first put x equal to 2. 9 into 2, 18. 18 is concurrent to 6 mod 12. When you put x equal to 6 in the concurrence, so 9 into 6. So 54 is concurrent to 6 mod 12. When you put x equal to 10, so 9 into 10, 90. 90 is concurrent to 6. So 9x concurrent to 6, which has 3 incongruent solutions. Okay, 2, 6, 10. So 9x concurrent to 6 mod 12, this linear equation which has only 3 solutions. Okay, only 3 positive integer solutions, which are called incongruent solutions, which are 2, 6, 10. So we're going to see the theorem. So which provides necessary and sufficient conditions for a linear concurrence to be solvable. And also this theorem provides the number of incongruent solutions and a formula for finding them when the concurrence is solvable. Okay. So the next one is important theorem. So which is the application of the following theorem. So the theorem is the linear concurrence Ax, the linear concurrence Ax concurrent to B mod M is solvable if and only if D divides B, where D is the GCD of A comma M. So A is the left hand side of congruence, that means coefficient of x and modulus value. Okay, so taking the GCD of coefficient of x and mod value, that is D. If D divides B, then it has D incongruent solutions. So here D is number of incongruent solutions. Okay, so the linear concurrence Ax concurrent to B mod M is solvable Okay, if and only if D divides B. Okay, you have to check the condition D divides B where D is the GCD of A comma M. Okay, if D divides B, then the linear congruence has how many incongruent solutions? D incongruent solutions. Okay, so already theorem was explained. We'll see the problems. Okay, based on the theorem, we'll see the problems. Already ma'am derived this theorem. The solution for the general solution for the linear congruence Ax congruent to B is x equal to x naught plus m divided by D into T. Okay. The general solution for the linear congruence Ax congruent to B mod m is x is equal to x naught plus m divided by D into T. So where T is the T value between 0 and D. So the corollary was derived from the last theorem. The linear congruence Ax congruent to B mod m as a unique solution if and only if the GCD of A comma M is 1. The GCD of A comma M is 1. Suppose the GCD of A comma M is D means the linear congruence has D incongruent solutions. Here D value is 1. Therefore, the linear congruence has only one solution, that is unique solution. So look at the question. Determine if the congruence is 8x congruent to 10 mod 6. So another linear congruence 2x congruent to 3 mod 4, and the last one 4x congruent to 7 mod 5 are solvable. Find the number of incongruent solutions when a congruence is solvable. My 8x congruent to 10 mod x, okay, which will be compared with ax congruent to b mod m. So 8x congruent to 10 mod x, okay, which is compared with the general form ax congruent to b mod m. So in the first linear congruence, a is 8, so b is 10, m is 6. So we are going to find the GCD between a comma m. So 8 comma 6. The GCD of 8 comma 6. The GCD of 8 comma 6 is 2. Okay. Here D value is 2. Then we are going to check the whether D divides B or not. Here B is 10. So 2 divides 10. Obviously 2 divides 10. So the congruence 8x congruent to 10 mod 6 is solvable. And it has, what is the D value? 2. So it has 2 incongruent solutions under modulo 6. Then second linear congruence 2x congruent to 3 mod 4. Okay. So again 2x congruent to 3 mod 4, which is compared with ax congruent to b mod m. Okay. Here a value is 2, b right hand side. Right hand side of congruent 3, b equal to 3 and mod m is equal to 4. So first you have to find the GCD of a comma n. So 2 comma, so the GCD of 2 comma 4 2. Okay, here b value is 3, d value is 2. So 2 does not divide 3. So the congruence has no solution. Okay. The congruence has no solution. So which means the linear congruence is not solvable. Then the third one, the third linear congruence 4x congruent to 7 mod 5. So it will be compared with AX congruent to B mod M. So A value is 4, B value is 7, M value is 5. As usual, we are going to find the GCD between A comma M. So the GCD of 4 comma 5, 1. The GCD of 4 comma 7. Actually, the GCD between 4 comma 5 is 1. Okay, so wrongly put 7. So 4 comma 5, 1. So 1 divides 7. So it has a unique solution modulo 10. Okay, actually, in the last solution, we are going to find the GCD between 4 comma 5. Okay, so wrongly written 7. Actually, 4 comma 5. The GCD between 4 comma 5 is 1. Okay, B value is 7. 1 divides 7. So the given linear congruence is solvable and which has one solution, only one solution. Are you able to understand? Shall I again explain it? For the next question, solve the congruence 12x congruent to 48 under mod 18. Sir?
சார் கேக்குது proceed பண்ணுங்க,
Okay,
கேக்குது.
okay. For solve the congruence 12x congruent to 48 mod 18. So again 12x congruent to 48 mod 18, which will be compared with AX congruent to B mod M. Here A value is 12, B is the right hand side of congruent, that is 48, then mod M is equal to 18. Okay. First, the GCD of A comma M. The GCD of 12 comma 18. So the GCD of 12 comma 18, 6. Then so we are going to check whether D divides B or not. Say B value 48. So 6 divides 48. So clearly 6 divides 48. The congruence as 6 incongruent solutions under modulo 6. Okay. So this is solvable. Okay. The GCD of A comma M. Here A value 12, M value 18. So GCD of 12 comma 18, that is 6. So D value is 6. So we are going to check whether D divides B or not. Here B value is 48. So 6 divides 48. Okay. Here D value is 6. Therefore, this linear congruence is solvable, which has T incongruent solution. D value is 6. So 6 incongruent solutions. Okay. So then we are going to find the general solution. So already we are given the corollary. Okay. The general solution for AX congruent to B mod M. The general solution of the linear congruence A congruent to B mod M is X is equal to X naught plus M by D into T, where the T value between 0 and D. Okay, 0 less than or equal to T less than T. Okay. So based on the note, I'm going to write X equal to X naught plus M by D into T. Okay. So X naught as it is plus M value 18 divided by D value 6 into T. So you can get X is equal to X naught plus 3T. So where X naught is a particular solution and the value of T lies between 0 and 6. 0 and 6. Okay, actually 0 less than or equal to T less than D. Actually here D value is 6. So by a trial and error method, we can find the initial value, that is X naught is 1. Okay. X naught solution of 12x congruent to 48 mod 18 is 1 plus 3t, 1 plus, okay, since x naught value is 1, so x equal to 1 plus 3t, and t values lies between 0 and 6. Now put t equal to 0, you can get x value will be 1. And when put t equal to 1, so 1 in 3 into 1 3, 3 plus 1 for x equal to 4, okay. Then put t equal to 2, 2 into 3 6, 6 plus 1 7. Then put t equal to 3, 3 into 3 9, 9 plus 1 10. Then put t equal to 4, 4 into 3 12, 12 plus 1 13. Then put t equal to 6, 3 into 6 t equal to t equal to 5, t equal to 5, 3 into 5 15, 15 plus 1 16, okay. So now count the incongruent solutions 1, 4, 7, 10, just count. So you can get the 6 incongruent solution, okay. So what are the incongruent solution? 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. Which are the incongruent solution of the linear congruence 12x congruent to 48 mod 18, okay. So go through the solution. If you have any clarification, you can ask me now. If you have any, for the same linear congruence which can be solved in another way, okay. This is one way. So in another way, we can solve this problem. So it is another method. So you know this, you know the theorem. If AC congruent to BC mod M and the GCD of C comma M is equal to D, then A is congruent to B mod M by D. Okay. So already theorem was taught. If AC is congruent to BC mod M and the GCD of C comma M, that is D, then A is congruent to B mod M by D. Okay. But here the linear congruence 12x congruent to 48 mod 18. A value 12, B is 48 and M is 18. Okay. So you have found. So D is 6. So GCD between 12 comma 18, that is 6. So D equal to 6. So divide the congruence by 6. Okay. Divide the congruence by 6. So 12x congruent to 48 mod 18. Throughout divided by 6. So 12 by 6 2. So 2x congruent to 48 by 6 8. Then mod 18 by 6, that is 3. Okay. So the given linear congruence reduced into 2x congruent to 8 mod 3. So now multiply both sides by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. Then the left hand side 2 into 2, that is 4x congruent to 2 into 8 16 mod 3. Okay. So under mod 3, the congruence will be 4x congruent to 16 mod 3. Okay. After multiplying 2 throughout the equation, throughout the linear congruence, you can get 4x congruent to 16 mod 3. Okay. In the left hand side of congruence 4. So 4 is congruent to 1 under mod 3. So the next step, 4 is congruent to 1. So the coefficient of x will be 1. The right hand side 2 into 8 16. Now 16 is congruent to 1 under mod 3. Since 5 3s are 15, the remainder is 1. So 4x concurrent to 16 mod 3 is reduced to x concurrent to 1 mod 3. So here x equal to 1. So x concurrent to 1 mod 3. X concurrent to 1 mod 3. This linear concurrence can be written into the linear equation, which will be x is equal to 1 plus 3t. So initially, I have told the linear concurrence can be expressed as a linear combination. So A is concurrent to B mod M. Okay, A is concurrent to B mod M. Then linear concurrence can be written A is equal. Based on the theorem, x is concurrent to 1 mod 3 can be written x is equal to 1 plus 3t. Okay. So now proceeding as before, we get all the desired solution. X equal to 1 plus 3t. X equal to 1 plus 3. Now t value lies between 0 and 6. Now put t equal to 0. You can get x value will be 1. And put t equal to 1, x value will be 4. And put t equal to 2, x value will be 7. Okay. 10, 13, and 16 for the linear concurrence. 12x concurrent to 48. The linear concurrence was found by 2 methods. The general method, other one is based on theorem.
Sir, Kupra, sir. Sir? Kupra, sir. Sir? Sir, sound voice கேட்கல வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல.
இப்போ கேக்குதா சார்?
இப்போ கேக்குது.
ஓகே சார், ஒரே பொசிஷன்ல தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன். My next modular inverses. The general form of linear concurrence, Ax concurrent to B mod M. If you take B is equal to 1, so you can get Ax concurrent to 1 mod M. So it's just a unique solution. Okay. If and only if the GCD of A comma M is equal to 1. Okay. So it can be expressed in another ways. So there is unique least residue X such that Ax concurrent to 1 mod M. Okay, Ax concurrent to mod M, then A is said to be invertible and X is called an inverse of A modulo M. Okay. for AX congruent to 1 mod M. AX congruent to 1 mod M. Here A is said to be invertible and X is called an inverse of A modulo M. Okay, so which can be represented by A inverse, A power minus 1. Okay, if you put X equal to A inverse, then A into A inverse congruent to 1 mod M. If A inverse is equal to A, then A is self-invertible. Okay, a very simple. AX congruent to 1 mod M means X is an inverse of M. Okay, AX congruent X is inverse of A modulo M. Okay. So look at the example. 7x congruent to 1 mod 11. 7x congruent to 1 mod 11. Put x equal in the place of x where 8. So 7 into 8 is congruent to 1. Correct? 7 into 8. So 7 into 8. Actually 56. So 56 minus 1, that is 55. So 55 can be divided by 11. So here 7 is invertible and 8 is an inverse of 7 under modulo 11. Okay. So 7 is 7 inverse, 7 power minus 1. 7 inverse is 8 modulo 11. Okay. Another example, 10 into 10. So 10 into 10 congruent to 1 under modulo mod 11. Correct? 10 into 10, 100. 100 minus 1, that is 99. Okay. So 99 can be divided by 11. So here 10 is its own inverse. Okay, 10 is inverse of 10. Okay, under modulo 11. So the concurrence AX congruent to B mod M, where the GCD of A comma M is equal to 1. Since the GCD of A comma M is equal to 1, which means A as an inverse, so A as an inverse, it can be represented A power minus 1 mod M. Okay. So A inverse can be multiplied throughout the linear congruence. So A inverse in the left hand side of linear congruence AX, so which is multiplied by A power minus 1, and the right hand side of linear congruence, that is B is also multiplied by A power minus 1, that is A inverse. So you can get in the left hand side A inverse into A, that is 1. So 1 into X is congruent to the right hand side A inverse B mod M. So X is equal to A inverse B mod M. So X is congruent to A inverse B mod M, which is the solution. Solution for the congruent AX congruent to B mod M. So we'll see the theorem. The statement of the theorem. So, the unique solution of the linear congruence AX congruent to B mod M, where the GCD of A comma M is 1, is the least residue of A inverse B mod M. Okay. The proof of the theorem will be discussed later. You have to know the only statement of the theorem. The unique solution of the linear congruence AX congruent to B mod M, where the GCD of A comma M is 1, is the least residue of A inverse B mod M. Okay.
Sir, Jaykumar sir.
Sir. Sir, சொல்லுங்க.
டைம் ஆயிடுச்சு, க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடலாம்.
Students, we'll see the next session. Okay, today we have the third session.